How to fix black screen crash on launch in Dying Light. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we are diving deep into a comprehensive, step-by-step technical guide to permanently resolve the frustrating black screen launch crash in Dying Light. During our intensive diagnostics and benchmark testing, our technical team discovered that this issue frequently stems from corrupted configuration files, display resolution mismatches, or conflicting software environments. We have rigorously tested every diagnostic protocol to bring you an exhaustive troubleshooting masterclass that will get your game running smoothly. Delete and rebuild the corrupted Video.scr configuration file. Our primary investigation revealed that a corrupted configuration file is the most common trigger for the black screen crash upon launch. Navigate to your Documents folder, locate the Dying Light directory, open the Settings folder, and delete the file named Video.scr if it is present. Once deleted, relaunch the game so the engine can automatically generate a clean, default configuration file from scratch. Manually edit display resolution in Video.scr. If deleting the configuration file does not resolve the crash, you can manually override the startup resolution parameters. Open the Video.scr file using a standard text editor like Notepad and locate the resolution lines. Change the horizontal and vertical resolution values to match your monitor's native desktop resolution exactly. Then save the file before restarting the game. Verify Steam game file integrity. Corrupted or missing core game assets will instantly trigger engine initialization failures and black screen drops. Open your Steam client, right-click Dying Light in your library, select Properties, and navigate to the Installed Files tab. Click Verify Integrity of Game Files to allow Steam to scan, redownload, and replace any compromised archives. Execute a complete system restart. Temporary memory leaks, orphaned background processes, and driver hangups can silently block the game from hooking into your display pipeline. Perform a complete system restart to clear your volatile system RAM and reset all graphical display adapters. After your system reboots, attempt to launch Dying Light before opening any other secondary background applications. Force windowed or borderless display mode via Steam launch options. Fullscreen exclusive mode often conflicts with modern Windows desktop compositors during the initial rendering handshake. Open Steam, right-click Dying Light, select Properties, and locate the Launch Options command box under the General tab. Input the command windowed or knob order to force the game engine to render in a stable windowed environment. Run the game executive with administrator privileges. Windows security policies can sometimes restrict the game engine from accessing essential display drivers and temporary memory sectors. Navigate to your Steam installation directory, locate the Dying Light exe executable, right-click it, and select Properties. Under the Compatibility tab, check the box labeled Run this program as an administrator and click Apply. Disable full-screen optimizations in Windows. Windows full-screen optimizations attempt to wrap games in a hybrid borderless state, which frequently destabilizes legacy DirectX titles. Right-click the Dying Light exe executable, open Properties, and navigate to the Compatibility tab. Check the option to disable full-screen optimizations to ensure the engine retains direct, unmanaged control over the display output. Perform a clean graphic driver reinstallation using the corrupted shader caches and leftover registry keys from previous graphics drivers can cause severe black screen crashes during launch. We strongly recommend downloading Display Driver Uninstaller to completely purge your existing NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel graphics drivers in Windows Safe mode. Once cleaned, download and install the latest official driver package directly from your GPU manufacturer's website. Update and repair DirectX runtime end-user libraries. Dying Light relies heavily on specific legacy DirectX diagnostic components to render its initial introductory sequences correctly. Download the DirectX End-User Runtime Web Installer from the official Microsoft Download Center and run the Setup Wizard. This utility will automatically scan your system directories and install any missing or corrupted DirectX dynamic link libraries. Install and repair Microsoft Visual C++ Redistributable packages. Missing or damaged Visual C++ runtime frameworks will prevent the game Executable from properly initializing vital engine libraries. Visit the official Microsoft support page and download both the x86 and x64 versions of the latest Visual C++ redistributable packages. Run the installers and select the repair option for any packages already installed on your system. Disable the in-game Steam overlay. The Steam in-game overlay hooks directly into the game's rendering pipeline, which can trigger immediate display freezes and black screen crashes. Open your Steam library, right-click Dying Light, select Properties, and go to the General tab. Uncheck the option labeled Enable the Steam overlay while in-game to eliminate this potential rendering conflict. Whitelist the game Executable in Windows, Defender, and third-party antivirus. Real-time virus scanners can mistake the game's initialization routines for malicious behavior, blocking access to critical system files. Open your Windows security settings or third-party antivirus suite and navigate to the Exclusions or Whitelist menu. Add the entire Dying Light installation folder to the exclusion list to ensure unrestricted file execution. Disable hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling in Windows settings. Hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling can introduce severe latency and frame pacing synchronization errors during early game startup. Open your Windows display settings, scroll down to graphics settings, and toggle off hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling. Restart your computer immediately afterward to apply the changes to your display pipeline. Adjust high DPI scaling behavior. High DPI display monitors can cause the game window to render off-screen or scale incorrectly, resulting in an apparent black screen. Right-click the Dying Light exe Executable, navigate to Properties, select the Compatibility tab, and click Change High DPI Settings. Check the Override box and ensure that scaling is performed by the application rather than the operating system. Disable background, overlays, and monitoring software. Third-party performance monitors and screen recording overlays frequently inject incompatible dynamic link libraries into the game process. Fully close applications such as Discord overlay, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, AMD Adrenalin overlay, MSI Afterburner, and Riva Tuner statistics server before launching the game. Our testing showed that isolating the display engine from external hooks significantly improves launch stability. Update Windows to the latest quality and security build. Outdated operating system builds often lack updated display driver compatibility layers and essential system libraries. Open Windows Settings, navigate to Windows Update, and check for any pending system, cumulative, or optional updates. Install all available patches and reboot your system to ensure optimal compatibility with legacy gaming engines. Force high-performance GPU preference in Windows graphics settings. Laptops and multi-GPU desktops may accidentally attempt to launch the game using the low-power integrated graphics adapter. Open Windows Display Settings, select Graphics Settings, and click Browse to locate and add the Dying Light exe application path. Click Options on the newly added entry and select High Performance to force the system to utilize your dedicated graphics card. Purge the Steam AppData shader cache. Corrupted shader pre-caching data stored within your local Steam user directories can cause immediate rendering failures on startup. Close Steam entirely. Press Windows key plus R to open the Run dialog and type %localappdata% before pressing Enter. Locate and delete any temporary shader cache folders associated with Dying Light or Steam to force a clean shader compilation on your next launch. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.